All right, hello and welcome to Camel Finance. I'm your boy Camel, and today I want to open with a with a joke. Here's another tweet from Capo. Okay, the beginning of the end. So what you're saying is we're going to 12k again, right? And he says yes, still likely that would be the end. Oh my dear souls, what is happening? What is happening? Yeah, okay, I don't even need to say anything, do I? The reason that Doom posters are back out in full force, I can't believe people are still calling for 12k. Hopefully by the end of this, okay, you're going to see that 12k is off the table. Anyway, all of this has come off the back, hasn't it? Back in June, we saw the SEC charge Coinbase for selling unregistered securities. And just now, we've had the SEC go after Kraken for the same sort of thing, right? We also had the Department of Justice come out and announce that they had some enforcement actions. And of course, those enforcement actions were that they were going after CZ. CZ, I believe, pled guilty. Now, before I go any further, I just want to make something clear in case you don't know this already. I don't give my energy to stuff like this, okay? And I know a bunch of people say, this is a news-driven market, blah, blah, blah. I don't care, okay? I do not care. I'm not giving a lot of energy to this. I'm only really doing this because I know people, if I don't mention it today, someone's going to be like, you didn't cover this, right? So I'm going to cover it, but understand this, it gets none of my energy. The chart is the truth, and the chart is all I care about because I'm a technical trader, okay? So we're going to give this the minimal energy because that's all it deserves. Binance founder has stepped down. He's allegedly pleaded guilty, and he's going to have to pay $4.3 billion in fines. But this is why I don't give any energy to this stuff, okay? This was the last singular cloud that was looming over the bull's head, and it's just been removed. So now that this is out of the way, we can send this thing straight to the moon. The ETF is now almost certainly going to be approved soon, okay? They've just cleared the way. This is what this is. If you think that this thing is going to go ahead with some Chinese-installed CEO running the world's biggest exchange, I mean, that's just not how the real world works, right? So BlackRock is likely just clearing the way. The ETF is almost certainly coming now. And again, I like to see this, okay? I like to see people calling for 12k. Oh, well, that's it. Binance FUD, you know, we're obviously on our way to 12k. Well, are we though? What has the price done? Absolutely nothing. This is why I say all the time, the charts are the truth, okay? The price doesn't care. The price does not care about this news, even though people like this are going to farm huge amounts of engagement. Look, 1.7 million views on this tweet, because that's how many people are sidelined. That's how many people miss this entire move off the lows. That's how many people refuse to buy now because they think they can get in lower down. And here's more of this. Look, would you be surprised? No, I wouldn't be surprised because it's a market. Anything can happen. But I'll tell you what will surprise the most amount of market participants. This will surprise everyone. And that's what markets do. They move to harm the most amount of participants. So is this something that could come, this downside move? Yes, of course it is. It's a market. Anything could happen. But is there any evidence that this is just around the corner? No, there's no actual evidence. There's a bunch of people saying, yeah, well, 12k, bro. But show me some actual data. Show me an actually bearish on-chain metric. Show me something that actually suggests this is plausible. Because right now, it seems much more likely that we're going up. And if you're still not convinced, look at this fractal back here, okay? I want to draw your eyes to this fractal, this move here, okay? Now, this fractal is copy and pasted right here, as you can see. And right where we are, as you can also see, is perfectly inside of this fractal, right? We're on pace at the moment for this current move. Now, hopping back here, notice what happened right at this moment here, which, by the way, is this moment right here. What happened back when we were here in 2021, the end of 2020, going into 2021, we saw the owners of BitMEX face criminal charges, okay? Similar sort of thing. And again, another similar sort of setup here. So show me the charts and I'll tell you the news. We've seen this exact thing play out before, right before we did what? Enter a massive parabolic advance. Now, we just so happen to be right in the same fractal setup, possibly about to enter another parabolic advance. Again, not a prediction, just an expectation. And for us to rule this out and say, no, Camel, this is wrong, then we really need to start either going sideways or pulling back. But we're likely not going to do those things because morons like this are calling for 12k, okay? People keep posting this bear charts when there's absolutely no reason to do so. Now, again, I will flip bearish. I will flip bearish if the chart tells me to do so, but it hasn't done that yet. Furthermore, as I showed yesterday, there's a very good chance based on this Bitcoin cost basis density map that we are not going back below 30k ever again. Now, that is not something I was expecting to say yesterday or today, but data is data. And I had some people coming at me in the comments that, yeah, well, data, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, well, the Fed. But this is the data, isn't it? this is just data, okay? It's not up for discussion. It's not up for debate. It's not my opinion. Like, the data is the data. I'm just presenting it, okay? And I'm as surprised as you are if you think we're never going back to 30k. I didn't really think I was going to say that either, like I keep saying. But again, what do you want me to say? Like, this is just data. And if this continues to play out, then we're never going back below 30k again. And again, since everyone's expecting 12k, hoping and praying for it, doesn't that make sense? That the pain trade remains higher? Don't I always say the same thing over and over again? The pain trade is where higher, and we just keep going higher. Like, I don't get why people are so reluctant to just accept the fact that we're in a new roaring bull market until something changes. Not to mention, look, if you didn't like Bitcoin at 30k, you're probably going to need to like it at 50k soon. Again, 50k is probably more likely than 12, 20, 25, even 30 at the moment, okay? Everything is pointing to 50k coming before 30k. And again, most people are not prepared for that. So that tells you that on a balance of probabilities, we're probably more likely to go up than down. And again, to those people that keep coming at me and saying things like, yeah, but the Fed, bro, yeah, but higher for longer, don't fight the Fed, bro, all of this BS. Look, I've been hearing this stuff all year. And the market keeps going up. How much more dogmatic are you going to be? I've been on the right side, okay? I've caught the vast majority of this move. Go back and watch the content, okay? Go back and watch the content. Take a look at this as well, okay? Low, 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 new highs, just like we did in 1983. So again, it's not a prediction. It's just me saying this is data. This is something that is possibly on the cards. And it's something that nobody wants to hear, which again tells me we'll probably continue to be right. Just like down here, nobody wanted to hear that we're going to all-time highs this year. But yet, here we are. The moral of the story is don't be like Capo. Hopping into some charts, the dollar continues to roll over, continues to bleed, doesn't it? So does a 10-year yield. Again, perfectly in line with expectations. Are these things conducive to a crash or a meltdown? No. No, they're not. These are conducive to what? Another rip-roaring rally higher. What else are we seeing? Bitcoin, look, Bitcoin doesn't care. Now, we could make the argument this is potentially looking like distribution in this neighborhood, but so far, it's still just holding up, isn't it? It's had all of that bearishness, right? It's been so bearish in the news that people are calling for 12k, and the price is right where it was a week or 2 weeks ago, right? Bitcoin doesn't care. The price doesn't care, so why should we? Bitcoin dominance starting to creep up again, isn't it? We touched, I think, 53 and change as of yesterday. So are we or are we not roughly following this fractal? Are we or are we not, if I move this fractal out of the way, are we not about to break out of this, okay, and move higher? Every time we do this, what happens shortly thereafter? That's right. Bitcoin dominance moves up, and so does Bitcoin. Again, it's really, really difficult to find anything bearish at the moment, and I don't understand why there's so many bearish people. Here's oil, still short, still strong, and until we break this downward sloping red resistance line, we'll keep pushing that. Gold, I notice, is getting a little bit more follow through, right? Potential double top, or are we going to continue to work our way up here and have to entertain getting long on an all-time high break? Again, I still don't really trust this move. Miners, again, don't look really strong. Maybe that will change today. The silver trade, kind of hanging around resistance, isn't it? It doesn't really look like a breakout like this. Breakout, retest, and go. Doesn't really look like that. It kind of looks like it's stalling out here. So, I don't know. I still don't trust this move, but like I've been saying over and over again, get out above the outside red one that goes all the way back to $50. And I'm long and break the all-time high for gold, and I'm long there as well. Here's the S&P 500. So we're in that neighborhood to see a short, sharp correction into a half-cycle low before we can move higher. But overall, this thing is probably going to continue to move higher. The NASDAQ, again, look at that, so bullish. It's so damn bullish, okay? A little bit of a shakeout, pull back into that half-cycle low and go, and the thing's going to probably resume, okay? So it is what it is. Here's the Dow Jones. Again, long and strong, continue to push. What else is there to say? The VIX, look, almost sub 13 now. Probably going to go sub 13 today. Are we surprised? Of course not, especially if you've been on this channel. And here's the Russell, probably still going to follow this squiggle and then start to blast off. So we'll continue to push that long as well. Crypto-related equities doing okay, aren't they? Not having this massive sell-off on the back of the Binance news. Here is MicroStrategy. Look, continues to look great, doesn't it? Riot still kind of wearing people's emotions down, but today could well be the day, couldn't it? A little bit of a daily close outside this downward sloping red resistance line, and that will confirm a breakout, and thus we should be expecting to see this thing start to rip higher. And the same is kind of true of Marathon, right? We're getting into that neighborhood where we could potentially be breaking above these highs, and if we can do that, then that sets us up for a big upside rip-roaring rally in Marathon. So overall, long and strong, continue to push. I hope you enjoyed this. We are halfway through the week already, hump day. I've got some big fishing trips planned over the weekend, so I might not be able to post a video on Saturday. The members video, I think I'm either going to do Friday night or Sunday, so just be warned. And in the meantime, I hope you're doing well in life. Take care from me. All the best. Cheers. Bye.